Hey, what's going on everybody? It's Brandon. Welcome back to Marotta Media. I'm finally getting around to making my first review of 2021, so I hope all of you had a very fun and safe new year. And I apologize for my extended absence. There just hasn't been that many movies lately that I've really felt the need to talk about. So I decided to make my first review of the year about a movie that I honestly did not hear about until a few weeks ago, and that was The Little Things. The Little Things is a very simple story just about these two detectives in the 1990s as they track down a serial killer in Los Angeles. Now, I have been excited for this movie since I first heard about it. I think I was watching an NFL game one day and there was an ad for this, and I thought, ooh, that looks really good. Because, I mean, how can you not get excited about a movie that stars 3 Oscar winners? Denzel Washington, Rami Malek, and Jared Leto are at the helm of this film. And as you'd expect them to, they all do a tremendous job. They all fit these characters very well. Rami Malek and Denzel Washington play the 2 detectives who were investigating these murders. And Jared Leto plays a suspect who they believe may have committed the crimes. And the performances really help sell the suspense of the film. Because let me tell you, the build-up in The Little Things is really, really good. I was so engrossed in the events and the way that they were told, and I was just clamoring to know what was going to happen next. Denzel and Rami are just hell-bent on solving these string of murders, and Jared Leto is just this mysterious character who may have played a part in some of them, but you don't really know. It really kept me on the edge of my seat, and I was hoping for a satisfying payoff. But unfortunately, as good as that build-up is, it leads to an ending where nothing really happens. Now, like I said, the build-up I really did enjoy. I thought it did a great job setting up everything that was happening, but it felt like it didn't really lead to anything. Now, I'm not going to get into spoilers about this film because I feel like this is something that a lot of people are going to be interested in watching. Now, let me just say as a non-spoiler, I somewhat understand what the filmmakers were going for here. They made the ending slightly ambiguous, and they tried to set up these parallels between Denzel and Rami's characters. But the payoff just isn't there, and I feel that a big reason for that is that the characters are not really explored all that well. All of them are very interesting in their own right, but we just don't know a whole lot about them. Throughout the movie, we're shown these flashbacks that pertain to Denzel's past and why he left the LA Police Department for a small desk job in Bakersfield. And it alludes to what happens, and you do eventually find out, but there are a lot of other things about Denzel's character that aren't explained. I mean, at one point it's mentioned that he has 2 daughters that he's kind of estranged from, but that's the only time that they're ever really mentioned. He never tries to contact them, he never visits them, or anything. Because it is mentioned at one point as well that he is divorced, and there is a scene where he goes to visit his ex-wife, and I liked that scene a lot, and I feel that a scene where he goes to see his daughters would have been great for character development, but we don't get anything like that. And Rami Malek's character is like the next up-and-coming hotshot detective, and he becomes very obsessed with solving this string of murders, but the movie never fully taps into his psyche, and what he's thinking is never really dissected. Because you understand he's a cop and it is his job to solve these things, but why is he so obsessed with it? Like, why is this so important to him? We never really find out. And Jared Leto's character is, like I said, a suspect in the case, and he's not just some dimwit. He's very smart, and he's very mysterious. And that's partly why the police target him as a primary suspect in the case. But other than that, you don't really know anything about him. The only thing you really know about him is that he's kind of a crime buff and he follows all these crimes that happen around LA. He knows all the details and the people who worked on them. And I feel that could have been interesting if it was explored more, but it feels like it was just mentioned to give him some sort of characterization without fully going into it. Another thing that bothered me is that some of the editing during the investigation scenes is really quick. Like, the cuts just happen too fast. We're shown one piece of evidence and then it cuts to another and another and another. And I grew up watching a lot of crime shows like CSI, and something I learned while watching that show is that you want to take your time editing the crime scene because you want to give the audience time to fully digest and comprehend what happened there. But the editing in the little things, it's just like throwing them in your face, like, look, look, look. And that's more of a nitpicky thing, and it wasn't a huge deal breaker, but it really bothered me. But in the end, The Little Things is a very suspenseful crime drama with a lot of great ideas, but it just didn't know how to execute them. 3 superstar actors lead tremendous performances, and the suspense and build-up is really good, and that is partly due to the direction of John Lee Hancock, because I think he did do a good job here. But the biggest problem with The Little Things is its script. The first and second act I thought were really well done, but it's the back half of it that just completely derails the experience and left me feeling completely unsatisfied. And overall, I would give The Little Things a 5 out of 10. Hey everybody, thank you so much for watching my review of The Little Things. If you guys saw this movie, let me know what you thought about it. Did you like it? Were you disappointed by it like I was? If you guys like this review, then be sure to hit that thumbs up and do not forget to subscribe. If you guys want to see my past videos or my end of the year list of 2020, I will link those right over here. Other than that, I hope you all have a tremendous rest of your day, and I will see you all next time.